everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue and I'm back for the final episode of Power, Season 6, Episode 15. I forgot the name of the title. It went how we wanted it to go, how it all went down, child, I can't remember. Either way, y'all, I didn't even want to watch Power. Once I got on Twitter and everybody was basically summarizing what the ending was and I didn't get my queen pin ending that I wanted, I was upset because I felt like... why couldn't we have this moment? Like, why couldn't I have this moment, Courtney? Like, I understand that you guys wanted to give a realistic ending after giving so many unrealistic scenarios throughout the entire show. You know, especially these last 5 episodes. We're going to get into it because there are some things that just really did not make any damn sense to me. Okay, Tasha was supposed to be smart, and then this episode proved to be only half smart. Okay, which is the part of the conversation that we didn't get to hear when James was talking to Tasha at the graveyard. We're going to get into it. Okay, so Tasha goes over to her little boo Quentin house and they have sex. So we get to see Tori's pretty breast again. And, you know, it was just like, okay, like, this don't feel like the time for that. We only like 3 minutes into the episode, but okay. You know, you look good, Notori. I know you just had that baby not too long ago. You look good, girl. Tariq is at the house preserving his waves, staring at pictures of him and the family and Raina and everything. Got a lot on his mind. He texts Tasha wondering where she is. Well, guess what, son? She's somewhere getting some strange. Some D. Okay, she want the, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get all into it, but y'all know how it go. Okay, and he texts Tasha, and you know, where you at, mom? And so she looks at her phone, jumps up out of the bed with Quentin, says she has to go, and then she sees he has a gun in his little nightstand area, and she just had this look on her face that made us know that something was gonna happen with that gun that he had in his little nightstand area. When she gets home, Tariq wants to know where she's been. He was worried. He just went off on Ghost and told him that if he ever touched Tasha again, he'd kill him and all of this. Y'all remember that scene where, you know, Ghost was a little drunk and belligerent and him and Tariq had got into it because Tariq was mad at how he yoked Tasha up and all of that. So she tells him that she told the cops that Ghost killed Terry. So sooner or later, Ghost is going to go down. Now, Tariq didn't like the fact that he felt his mama was snitching. But Tasha was like, if there's one thing I didn't learn from your Paul, is that sometimes you got to call the fella Roddy Hood to get somebody out your way. Okay, like I needed him out my way, he's out my way. The next morning they see the news. Ghost is running for lieutenant governor, which means whatever Tasha thought she did with Terry Silva and Sachs and Blanca Rodriguez, it did not work. Okay? She called Sachs to ask why James hasn't been arrested for killing Terry, and he said that these things take time. And it's like, you ain't even got no job right now, sitting up there fronting. Tariq goes to meet with Lisa Marie and her auntie, and then he listens to the recording of Tommy and your boy talking about them killing Lobos and all of that. We're going through it all from Tariq and Tasha's points of view. He runs and tells Tommy about said tape, okay? Then he goes and meets with Dre to get the gun, and Dre was like, I'll get you the gat, okay? Get the gat, get the gat, get the gat, okay? Like, I really don't like that everybody's doing it now, because y'all be doing dances that ain't got nothing to do with nothing we do down here, and that's our shit. But never mind, get the gat, get the gat, get the gat. You know, live on, folks, if that's what you want to do. I'm just saying, I don't ever remember us doing this in 92, 93 when that song came out. Was it 91? I can't remember. Get the cat, get the cat. But yes, this is when, you know, Tariq is fitting to take Dre to go see Ghost down at the office. Plays on his emotions and all of that. Dad, I need to see you, you know. Tasha goes to leave flowers on Raina's grave and sees Ghost there. He blames her for Tariq hating him and says that he's taking his kids to Albany for he and Ramona to raise because she will be a better example than the half-smart chicken head that would still be in the hood if it wasn't for him, i.e. Tasha. I said, oh, damn. He really went in on her, like basically said she wasn't good enough, basically said she was beneath him. I was just like, now y'all know that's not how this conversation went. So my confusion with Courtney is, did he really say that, or is that just the way she perceived it? Or did, you know what I'm saying, did he perceive it as if he was being softer than he really was being? Like, I'm confused. We all know that last episode from Ghost standpoint, he was definitely like running around telling everybody that, you know, I've used you up and now I'm throwing you away and moving on to a better life with Ramona and Albany as lieutenant governor, okay? You've made your choices. I've made mine. You know, pish tosh, poof pow, be gone to all of you. Like, it was setting itself up in that way. So I was still kind of wondering. But once I watched the Power Confidential episode, I think Courtney was saying that these really harsh conversations that James is having with Tasha and Tariq throughout this episode are their perception, and it's how they take it in, it's how they feel from what he said. But he hasn't necessarily said that. It's just how they feel about what he said, which, you know, everybody's experience of a conversation is different. Tommy comes over to see Tasha about Keisha, and she's going on and on about what they're going to do about Ghost, because he just said he was going to take the kids from her and all of this. And Tommy pulls the gun on her and makes her beg on her knees for her life, because he says that he, you know, found her earring at the house and they think it's Keisha's, but he knows that it's not, and that she killed Keisha, and Ghost didn't tell her to kill Keisha. So he here to kill her. And she gets down on her knees and she begs for him to take care of the kids. Tommy says, why? You ruined my family. But then he puts the gun down and says that her kids deserve more, even if she doesn't. I was like, okay, Tommy, so that's why you walked away, for the kids. Okay. At the end of the day, Tommy, you probably were going to end up killing Keisha. And I don't think you would have been thinking about cash neither. So it just annoys me, the hypocrisy. But, you know, I feel you, Tommy. You're hurt. You didn't know your girl Keisha had turned state's evidence. She was running, okay? She was running. And they was going to get her. And then she was going to sing like a canary. Tariq meets with James and brings Dre in. Then Tariq gets a text from the teacher down at the school that he had selling drugs for him, saying that they got popped. All right, somebody told the police, and now the police then confiscated the rest of the drugs. So he runs to the school and watches as Mr. Raynard, the guidance counselor, is being arrested. Y'all know he was high the whole time. Like, he wilding out. Then Vincent texts him and asks if he knew where Tommy was. And of course, he's not about to sell out Uncle Tommy right now. So he says, I don't know where Uncle Tommy is. So Tasha goes to Sax's apartment, all right? And he's there with Tamika in a real nice pink suit. And they explain how Sax is about to possibly get investigated for all of the things he's been trying to do in order to get James arrested. They said in order to try to get him, they need more, okay? And they also feel like maybe there's something that Rashad Tate can do to help, but they just don't know what he knows and what his relationship really is with Ghost. Tasha had a great misunderstanding of Tate and Ghost's relationship as well. She thought they were more friendly or in cahoots than they actually were, but they meet at her daycare. Rashad tells her about Tariq's blood being at Raymond Jones' murder scene and how he believes that Ghost will hang her and Tariq out to dry when given the opportunity. Not if, when given the opportunity. Tate tells her that she's the only one that can stop him. And instead of Tasha playing chess this entire time, she's been playing checkers, and I'm so disappointed. Tasha goes to do the walkthrough at the penthouse, and she reminisces on the first season before things got terrible. And Ghost gets there late, and they discuss him taking the rap for Tariq like he said he would. Ghost says it might be best for Tariq to turn himself in because he can protect him in Albany just like he can protect her because he knows that she killed Lakeisha. A single mother with a child to raise. I mean, was she even thinking about Lakeisha's son when she killed her? And y'all, at this point, we're all looking at Ghost like, nah, nigga. All of the people that you have killed with your bare hands, and you got the audacity to throw all of this guilt on Tasha? Like, word. Like, you the reason why we in this mess in the first damn place. Are you serious? I cannot. This is why I say that Ghost is the worst. Because at the end of the day, there is a superiority complex. He has used everybody. He has used everybody as a step stool to get where he's trying to go his entire life. From Tommy to Tasha to Breeze to Kanan. And now it's almost like he's going to use his son. Like that's the seed that's been planted. That he can get Tariq to turn himself in and just make himself look even more like this good guy because he's getting his son to turn himself in. Like, what a great politician. He's going to turn his own son in. Like, everybody would eat that shit up, okay? And it'd be so good for the party for them to eat that shit up. So, yeah. Everybody's scared that Ghost is about to sell him out because he's about to go to Albany and be lieutenant governor. Tasha asked Ghost if he ever even loved her at all. And he says, yeah. I did, and a part of me still does. But see, you love the biggest drug dealer in New York City. That's what you want, and I'm not that person anymore. And see, we got to go back to where Tasha messed up from the very beginning. And here's my thing. It's not like we wasn't mad at Tasha for being a bird and not seeing that she needed to let this fine, smart-ass man go ahead and get up out the drug business before he ended up dead or in jail. We understood that. We got that. But at the end of the day, since then, Tasha has consistently took a loss. Consistently losing Ghost. Then losing the little boy, I forgot his name, Sean. Losing Sean. Then she lost Terry. Then she lost the money. Then she lost the penthouse apartment. Then she lost her friendship with Lakeisha. Then she lost her sister-brother relationship with Tommy. Like, she has constantly lost her daughter, Raina. Like, she's constantly taking all of these losses. All for Ghost to go off and win with Ramona. It's just ridiculous. And the fact that we didn't get to see, I felt like even though we saw Ramona in Tate's episode, I thought that there would be more behind Ramona after Tate's episode, but there wasn't. Back to Tasha and Ghost. So Tasha says she doesn't understand if Ghost loves Tariq so much, why he wouldn't do what she would do for him. She would do anything to protect him. And Ghost says that's the boy's damn problem, that we constantly trying to do everything to protect him. We can't protect him from everything. He needs to stand on his own 2 feet and take responsibility for what he's done. And at the end of the day, even though I do agree with Ghost has never taken responsibility for any of the shit that he's done. Like, it's ridiculous. It's incredible. But he does say, like, why would I go back to jail? I already went to jail for something I didn't do. I'm not doing it again, Tasha. Like, I'm just not. Tell Tariq to come to my hotel and we can have a conversation. I'll convince him that this is the right thing to do. Tasha tells Tariq how Ghost feels about him turning himself in, and Tariq tells her about the teacher being arrested and Dre giving him a gun and him having to leave that gun at Truth. And now this conversation of if Ghost is really going to help Tariq. The fact that they can't trust him, I think is such an unsettling feeling and something that you never expect, not to be able to trust your dad, like on a basic level. And so now there's all this fear that's happening with Tasha and Tariq, when really they should have just chilled the out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this could have all been avoided, even if Ghost had to die. We're going to get to it. But this didn't have to go this way. They just were stupidly overplaying their hand. Tariq goes to talk to Ghost, who tells him to clean up his own damn mess. Okay, you want to be a grown man? Clean up your own mess. And the energy is different. When Ghost was having this scene with Tariq, he was so happy to see Tariq, and Tariq was being a little asshole. But now Ghost is being a complete asshole, being kind of cruel towards Tariq, who's looking at his dad like, Dad, you promised you would help me. Why aren't you helping me? Like, even though at the end of the day, I think Tariq needs to, take his own lick at this point. I really do. You want to be out here living this life? You want to be in these streets even though you don't have to? Take your lick, okay? I agree with that. But at the same time, it's kind of hard to use that as an argument when you, the daddy, have killed people, sold drugs, and got away with it at every turn. But Ghost tells Tariq that he's disappointed in him yet again for not making the right decision. Tariq says, you confess something first and then I'll go to the cops and confess to killing Ray Ray. He says, why don't you start with Breeze and tell me what happened with Breeze? And I don't know why Tariq was so obsessed with this Breeze story. Like, you didn't know Breeze. Breeze wasn't your real daddy. Like, what the hell is the problem and why do you care? But Ghost says that he loved Breeze and he gave Breeze a chance to get out of his way, but he didn't. So he had to do what he had to do. But he saw him as family. You know what I mean? But he forced his hand. In Ghost drunkenness, like he's getting upset at Tariq not looking a certain way or not sitting a certain way. But we all know Tariq said something to disrespect Ghost, which was why he yoked him up. Okay, we remember that. But yeah, the way they did the scenes, it just showed you that from Tariq's standpoint, he feels like somebody who can't trust their own damn daddy. But Ghost, when he yoked him up, told him, you know, don't get in my way, son. I'm giving you a chance, don't get in my way. Basically saying that he would do to him what he did to Breeze, okay? That's how it's coming off to Tariq. So Tariq goes and tells Tasha that. So now Tasha is scared that Ghost could possibly not only turn their son in, but maybe kill him if he really felt like it. I mean, he killed everybody else. Tasha also says that Paz just left her apartment and then she found out that there was really going to be no investigation on Ghost. So now he's going to get away with everything. So they both thinking that Ghost plans to turn them in for Raymond and Keisha. So Tasha says she will stop Ghost. She'll do it. So they plan to kill Ghost at Truth after his party, okay? But she was supposed to kill Ghost, not Tariq. It wasn't supposed to work out that way. But they agreed to protect each other. And Tariq asked Tasha to promise that she won't go to jail, and she promises that she's not going anywhere. And we know by this point, because we've been on Twitter, that that's a promise that she will not be able to keep. Tasha talks to Quentin and tells him that she has a plan to get away from her ex, okay? But she just needs him to drive her by to see him, okay? She has a plan. All she needs him to do is to drive her, okay? And he's, you know, a little apprehensive, but he gets on video chat to call his babysitter and say he needs a little longer and to keep the daughter and all of that, okay? And we can see that Tasha has devised a plan that is going to in some way incorporate Quentin in a negative way. And I was upset about that. I said, this man giving you all of this good dick and you gonna trade it in for a lackluster ass alibi? Girl, what? Like, I'm just saying, like, she not an alibi, but she framing him. And it's stupid because it can be quickly, like, traced back to her. That don't even make sense. Like, why would the person who you in a relationship with go and kill your baby daddy and we think that you're not accomplice or involved in some type of way? That was stupid. I don't understand how somebody as smart as Tasha could have thought that that was what that, you know, she should have done. Like, that's not what she should have done. Tariq goes to Truth and Ghost is trying to introduce him to everyone, but he's worried about Ghost wanting to turn him in. So he asking one last time, Dad, you really gonna make me turn myself in? And this is him giving Ghost the same chance that Ghost feels he gave Breeze. But Ghost says, look around. It ain't gonna be me. Like, all these people in here for me, nigga, I'm going to the top. You think it's gonna be me? Nah. So Tariq goes to talk to Tommy on the roof, trying to get Tommy to kill Ghost. And this is when Tommy tells him that Dre is coming to kill Ghost. Tariq just wants to let that happen and let Dre come and kill Ghost. Tommy wants to stop Dre from killing Ghost. We remember this conversation. Tariq texts Tasha and tell her everything that's going on right now about Dre, Tommy, and, you know, all of this here, right? And she says that she's on her way. She's in a car with Q on the way to Truth. Then he calls Vincent and tells Vincent where Tommy is. So that was a way to stop Tommy from stopping Dre from killing Ghost. Tasha gets Quentin to drop her off around the corner and she gets in the back of Ghost's car. So I guess she thought that Ghost would get in his car and then she would kill Ghost. I think that's what she thought she was gonna do. I'm not sure. So I think Tariq was about to get the gun and the book bag out of Truth and leave, and then Tasha was supposed to go in and kill him or wait for him to come and get in his car and kill him. I think that was the original plan. But see, Tariq, while he's getting ready to leave, sees Kanan. And Kanan is like, if you're really trying to protect your mom, then you need to kill that nigga Ghost yourself. You don't need to leave any room for this to fall on your mom. So you need to handle it. Kanan tells him to be a man. Meanwhile, Tasha is sitting in his car, okay, with the gun raised, waiting for him to get in, and then she sees herself in the rearview mirror, and I guess she felt bad, child, I don't know. But in that moment, she remembers that Tariq was supposed to come out with that gun and he hadn't come out yet. So now she's worried and she knows that Tariq is probably going to go in there and try to kill Ghost. So she starts to run into Truth, right? Tariq confronts Ghost at the same time and tells him that he's in his way. And he gave him a way out and he didn't take it. And now it's too late, okay? He wishes that they can go back to before he left them for Angela. And this is when you realize that that little boy was like deeply wounded emotionally by Ghost leaving the family for Angela. And I don't think Ghost realized that. I don't think he did. I think he thought it was something, that they would just get over. But in all honesty, like being a person that grew up with my two parents my entire life, and then my dad dying and having to watch my mom date, it is a very altered experience to have those dynamics change. And I can't imagine having those dynamics change when I was like Tariq's age. I was like, 20, 19 when my dad died, 20 when my mom started to date other people, and I had to like change my relationship with her because our relationship was kind of, all bent off of all three of us. So once one person was taken out of that equation, the relationship had to change. And in my mind, physically, it really felt like altering my brain matter. Like, I can't even tell y'all. Like, I went on a date with my mom and her first, boyfriend after my dad died. And it was like, I wasn't really all there. Like, I can't even explain to y'all, but it just really felt like an out-of-body experience. That whole day felt like that. But so I can only imagine what Tariq must have went through in his mind when Ghost leaves them for Angela and then tries to incorporate Angela in their family dynamic. Like, people think that that's something that kids should just be able to get over, and it's really not that simple. But he shoots Ghost right in the heart, right in the heart, or the heart, in the heart. Just as he's shooting Ghost, we see Tasha running in. And y'all remember that we had already saw this clip on Twitter like 2 weeks ago when they leaked it. Ghost goes over the banister, and then you see Tariq start to have like the, oh my God, what did I just do moment. And Tasha says that she'll take the fall, but he says, no, I'll deal with it. Dre is supposed to be here any minute to kill Dad. You don't have to take the fall. So we already have Dre. Y'all, Dre is the prime person to say who did this, because we remember that Dre was there, and then when he heard the gunshots, he ran out of the building and punched Rodriguez on his way out. So he obviously could have been the person that they say did it, because Rodriguez didn't know. I don't think she heard those gunshots the way Dre did. But either way, Dre goes to jail. Dre is murdered. This is the perfect person to pin the murder on, okay? Tasha left. She had the gun. She took the gun. She was supposed to deal with that. She said she did. Tariq was supposed to deal with the clothes and all of that, because he probably had gun residue on it, whatever. But when he looked over the banister and he saw Ghost bleeding out on the ground, and he saw Tommy there, and Tommy raises his gun to shoot at Tariq. And we see Ghost say, no, Tommy, don't do it. Let him go. Let him go. And when he said that, I think that also made Tariq feel terrible, because it's like, oh, wow, I just killed, I just basically killed my dad. He ain't dead yet, but he about to die. And he's still trying to protect me. Like, I don't think he realized how much his dad really loved him. And that was so sad to me, because at the end of the day, I remember being a teenager, and I used to be so through with my damn daddy. I used to be so through. But I would never, ever, 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 ever put anybody over him. Like, not like this. Not like this. I would never turn him in. I would never let anybody hurt him. And that, I don't know what, but that's because they instill good morals in me. When you don't have that, you can't make your kids feel the guilt of what they should be doing, because they know you doing the wrong thing. So they don't have a standard to live up to. They live up to your standard. Just like Tariq told Ghost before he shot him, Dad, I'm you and you in my damn way. Like, you raised him this way. And, I don't know if that was a realization that Ghost had on the way down to the ground, but he should have. You raised him. He's this way because of you. Tariq was trying to get out the building without somebody seeing him. And he sees Sack's drunk ass in the building with a gun, fumbling around and everything. I'm like, so we got another person that was in the building with a gun when he was shot. So there are so many other people that this could have been blamed on. You know what I'm saying? Tasha jumps in the car with Quentin. All right. Tariq gets out the building and dumps the gun in the dumpster behind the building and walks to the front and pretends like he's worried. And I think that was the gun that Dre gave him. But that was the gun that he used to kill him. But I think Tasha had it. I was confused about this gun situation, y'all. Because Tasha, I think, took Quentin's gun, or Tariq threw his book bag away and with the clothes in it. I think that was it. He changed his clothes, put the clothes in the book bag, put that book bag in the dumpster. And then Tasha took the gun that Dre gave him and put it in the place where Quentin's gun used to be. But that, I think, was that it, y'all? I think she switched the gun. So now Quentin has the gun that killed Ghost. So when she's in there getting her back blown out by Quentin later on and the police run in and they get a gun, that gun that killed James St. Patrick was the gun that she got from Tariq. So I'm guessing that's what they did. They switched the guns out. Okay, fine. I think that's what happened. I could be wrong. I don't care at this point. Then we see Tariq in true smart boy fashion walk around to the front of the building and say, "Where's my dad? What's going on? I need to see my dad. I need to see my dad. I need to see my dad." Like, making a whole scene so everybody knows that he's all distraught and he don't know what's going on, right? He get back to Tasha's place and he's in a daze. He tells Tasha he cleaned himself up just like she taught him the first time, after he killed Ray Ray. And she realizes what this has done to her son. The fact that he is barely 20 years old and has already killed 2 people, one including his father. That's a lot. So the next day, when Warner was getting kicked out on his ass, we see that John got Saxe his job back. Y'all know John was the lawyer that Warner tried to get to help him take Saxe down, but I guess they must have some close relationship. I don't know. But either way, Saxe is back with the federale hood, and I don't know why anybody would give him his job back because he still fumbled the ball on so many different levels at that job, but whatever. So then they go to the reading of the will, and we find out that Tasha's mom is going to get her rent paid for just 1 more year, and that's it, okay? And then Tasha didn't get anything. She didn't get a dime. Everything was left to Tariq and the other daughter, okay? But Tariq got most of it. But Tariq can only get all of the money and assets and stocks and everything and properties when he graduates a 4-year university with a 3.5 GPA or better. I was like, damn, Ghost was serious about this little niglet graduating from college. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him at all. I am mad that Tasha didn't get anything because it was like, you act like Tasha didn't launder the money though. Like, Tasha cleaned his money, and to not leave her anything, I just find it so disrespectful. Like, just so disrespectful. You didn't leave the bitch nothing, even though you probably wouldn't have gotten to the level at which you got to without her. Because I'm just saying, he taught her a lot, but she really helped him build that empire. And the fact that he didn't leave her anything was just so trash. So trash. Rodriguez brings Tasha and Tariq in to be questioned. And they put it on Dre, okay? They say it had to be Dre. Tariq is crying and giving his best performance, okay, for the Oscar this year. But Blanca and Saxe think that it's either Tariq or Tasha. They don't believe that it's Dre. I said, why, bitch? He punched you in your eye on the way out the building. Either way, Saxe is the one interviewing Tariq, right? And so they had a woman in the room who was recording everything, and she left the room for a moment. When she left the room, Tariq was like, Saxe, I saw you fumbling out of the building with a gun. And I don't want to have to tell anybody that I saw you there. So it was Dre, right? It was Dre who did this, right? And Saxe was like, right. So then he goes to talk to Blanca, and Blanca is thinking that she can really, get this to be pinned on Tasha or Tariq. And Saxe tells her, girl, you fucked, okay? Because if they prove that Dre did this, you the one that let Dre out of custody. So this would end up being on you, that Dre left your custody and went directly to kill Ghost. So now she's fucked and she needs help. And Saxe is like, I can't do nothing for you, man. I said, that's what you get for helping him, Rodriguez, with your dumb ass. That's what you get. So Blanca calls to try to get a meeting with Dre and finds out that Dre was murdered in jail. So she has a meeting with 2-Bit, aka Francis, to try to understand what's happened here. She's already found out that there was a CEO who had a cell phone with the numbers on it were linked to the phone that Ghost had on his body, because y'all know Ghost had talked to 2-Bit and told him to kill Dre. All right. So yeah, Blanca wants to know if Francis talked to Ghost and how this all connects. She just wants to understand what's happened here. And Francis is like, that's what I love about cops. Y'all just so dumb. Like, y'all just so stupid. Y'all don't even realize it. He said, girl, I'm going back to my cell. Okay, I'm going back to my cell, ma'am. Good evening. Tasha talks to Simon about getting Tariq into his alma mater, which is a college, because they got to get him into a 4-year university, even though he hasn't went and took the GED yet, but he has to, all right? Simon also asks in exchange for truth if Tasha can come and work for him because he needs someone of her complexion to come and work for him, you know, since diversity is on vogue. And she was like, oh, wow. But she didn't turn down the job either. So Tasha is getting her back blown out by Quentin, and the cops come in, and he can tell that she did something. He can tell, okay? They get the gun and all of that, and he like, what'd you do? Tasha, what'd you do? All right? The next morning, she think that she's scot-free. Got this ugly-ass white dress on, okay? And just like the first season, I think the first episode, she had on a white dress too. But either way, she's getting her and Tariq ready for him to go to school and for her to have her first day at work. And here come Blanca Rodriguez and the federale hood coming to arrest her because Quentin felt like something was off that night, so he went to a diner while he waited for her. So he was on camera the entire time that Ghost was being killed. So they know that it's not him, and he has evidence to prove it. And they know she was there, so they arrest her. And Tariq was like, no, Mom, tell him what happened, tell him what happened. It's like, but not once did he scream, I did it. I said, yeah, whatever then. Okay? She said, Tariq, go to school. Live your life. Okay? And I was like, always a mother to take the fall and to take the hit. And then we see her get processed and take her lashes and her wig off, y'all. And when she took her wig off and she had her braids in, and you know, we stripping ourselves of all the gloss, and now we just seeing the gutterness of it all. And the Tory still look good. Y'all gonna leave the Tory alone. And then we see Tariq go into his dorm room as she's going into her cell. And they telling us that power will never end. Okay, they showed all of these different, you know, little things that they gonna come up with, I guess, based off of power. So this can go on forever. I said, child, no the hell it can't. Okay, no the hell it can't. Not if y'all gonna slap it right like that. Let me tell y'all something. There was no reason for Tasha to frame Quentin. There was no reason for it whatsoever. Especially since Dre was supposed to already have been the person that they were gonna blame in the first place. Why did you feel the need to go and frame Quentin? That was stupid. That didn't make any sense. Blanca neither Sachs would have had anything else to go on if they had just left it at it was on Dre. Especially since Dre was dead. So it's not like Dre could dispute it. Like, they really could have just left it alone. But Tasha playing fucking chess instead of checkers, gonna lay up and be with the man when the police come to pick him up, as if they not gonna think that you got something to do with why your little new young boyfriend is the suspect in killing your ex-husband. Bitch, that don't even make sense. You ain't seen enough episodes of Lifetime if you thought that was gonna work out. That was just stupid to me. Didn't make any sense. I just was so over it at that point. I was disappointed. I wanted Tasha to come out on top because this whole show, she's been losing. I would have really liked for her to come out on top. But I imagine that they're going to try to queen pin spin this shit when they come back for this next, you know, show. I keep wanting to say next season, but it's technically the same show just without Amari Hardwick. And I think they're going to give Tommy his spinoff, and they're going to give Method Man and Mary J. Blige and Tariq and Tasha another spinoff. At least that's the way it looked. At the end of the credits, they showed us this scene from way back when. Okay, with Tommy as a young kid. They got the little dude from Shameless, the youngest kid on Shameless. They got him with the braids playing Tommy. And then they got some little black kid that I don't know, but he was nice looking, playing Ghost. And then they got some little, you know, Angela teenage look-alike, and they talking about Choate and all of that. So that's the beginning of it all. You know what I'm saying? And I just kind of was like, that's it? That's all we get? Okay. All right. Well, yeah, y'all, that was Power. I was disappointed. I was over it. I'm glad it's over. I hope y'all enjoyed the review. I really do. I was glad I was here to do this for y'all. I'm going to watch the first episode of whatever the new Power thing is coming in the summertime, and we'll see if we'll pick that up, because we might not. Okay? I'm just telling y'all right now. Especially if I got something else, you know, that I want to review that might be better. So we just going to wait and see. But either way, I hope y'all enjoy. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one.